And we're back. Thank you guys for coming back and joining me. Um, hey Robert, good to see you. Hey Bubbles Crafty Corner, how are you? Hi, hi, hi. Hey Mary Lou and Henny again. Yes, yes, yes. Mary Lou, no, not the same guy. This is a totally different story. Hello, hello, Sherry and Tammy. All right. I got my coffee, Robert. I got it right here. Here, let me show you my coffee. Got my coffee. Got it. So, I'm gonna turn the camera off because the kiddo's back and forth. But anyway, I have these some documents. If you've been following the Delphi murder case, then you, hey Billy, hey Amelia Pug Mom. Amelia, I think this is the case you've been super interested in, right? Delphi. Um, but anyway, there have been some new developments. If you've been following along in this case, Richard Allen is the guy that has been incarcerated for the last few years in the Delphi, Indiana murder case of Libby and Abby, two young girls. And there have been a lot of things that's been going on the last, well, I mean, for a long time, right? But I mean, in the last few months, things have kind of like went haywire in this with this case. So, um, back, I think it was like September or October, can't remember exactly. Um, there was a hearing, um, and apparently there was some leaked information, and because of that, the judge in the case, her name is something Gull. I can't remember what her first name is, but she uh, she basically um, I don't know if you want to say dismissed Richard Allen's lawyers, but they withdrew from the case. I think it was basically a dismiss yourselves or I'm going to dismiss you. So yeah, it was kind of like Yankees. But Richard Allen now has new lawyers. His previous lawyers that were dismissed or that left, that you know withdrew from the case, um, had stumbled upon lots and lots and lots of information regarding potential other people, not Richard Allen, who should be looked into for the murders. And hi, is it JB's mama? Hi and welcome. Found me from Gracie. Awesome sauce. I love that. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate that. Let me say hi. Hi. Um, but yeah, so that there's been so many things with that case. His previous lawyers were saying that there was a lot of like abuse and things that was going on in the facility where Richard Allen was being housed at. And here's the kooky thing. Usually, whenever someone is awaiting trial, they're housed in like a county jail, right? Um, but Richard Allen is in an actual like prison, right? Um, but there was a lot of things going on, and if you follow the case at all, then you probably already heard some stuff going on about the Odinism, cultishy kinds of things. Um, so it's kind of almost like not believable. You know, it's so scary that it's almost unbelievable. But it was proven to be true. Um, the guards that were over there at the prison where Richard Allen was being housed at, or kept, incarcerated, imprisoned, whatever you want to say, had, I've never even heard of it until this case. But Odinism is apparently a religion, um, a Nordic sort of religion. I don't know nothing about it. All I know is that there are some extremists, I guess, if you want to call it that. And yeah, so there's there's been a lot of things going on with that. Not only potentially as suspects in the case, but also suspects in the case, but also people that are taking care of Richard Allen in the prison. The correctional officers that were in the prison where he was at. His attorneys finally got him moved from there, I think it was Westville or something like that, to a new to the new location where he's at, which is Wabash something or other. And he his new lawyers have pretty much come up with a motion to transfer him again, to move him again, because of more like allegations to all that kind of stuff. I have a helper here. I've got my camera off because I have a helper. Yeah, I do. I have a helper. But so the judge and Richard Allen, I guess his attorneys, new attorneys, are supposed to be in front of the Supreme Court on the 18th, Thursday. So to argue his moving to a new location, and I think because he wants to have his old counsel put back in place. Like, he wants his old counsel and he wants the judge removed for bias, I guess. So maybe, if that's the right word. So yeah. And the whole Odinism thing is apparently going on in this new place where he's at. And in the motion, in the affidavit and I've got both the affidavit and the motion to move him over. They say that he's being treated like Hannibal Lecter. It literally says that. So, I'm going to share those with you guys because I know that Delphi is hi baby, is a really big, like, important story and an important case to a lot of the true crimers out there. And apparently the affidavit was public. They usually are. But then Judge Gall, tried to seal it again, and that's not the first time that's happened. There's been another time when this big, massive 136-page affidavit came out talking about and like putting a face to all this Odinist things that she had wanted sealed up. But yeah, so anyway, his lawyers are going to this hearing, Tammy, but they're saying that Richard Allen will probably not be there. I'm sure for his safety, just because I don't know that he necessarily has to be there because his representation will be there. So, but it's supposed to be live streamed. So, better bet your bottom dollar I'll be watching that, probably with you guys. But the 18th on Thursday is supposed to be a big deal day, because this is when he's supposed to go. His lawyers are supposed to go to the Supreme Court with Judge Gull. So they'll be, yeah. Tammy says, I just think it's weird how Alan's ex-lawyers got fired when this started coming out. Well, I heard they want a new move because it's too far out to defend him properly. That's one of the reasons. But not the only reason. More, supposedly they want to move him again because of the mistreatment. Yeah. Hi, Dawn. Hi. Hold on just a second. I have to help my assistant over here next to me assist elsewhere. Hold on just a moment. Yes, my assistant is ever so helpful. So, let me catch up. Will his old lawyer attend? I don't know, Tammy. I don't know. Probably not, but I mean, I guess it's possible. Mary Lou. Oh, she's assisting someone else at the moment. She's assisting Poppy at the moment. So, get a drink of my coffee. Yummy. So I have these documents. I've got the documents that were supposed to be sealed, right? And I've got which is the affidavit. And then I've got the motion. So I figured I would share them with you guys because they're rather interesting. It talks a lot about his mistreatment. Hold on, I have to move my little footstooly thing. I have this really cool, this thing is awesome. My sister Mickey Jo bought this for me for Christmas last year, the year before. But it's this big, like, gushy, cushy, like beanbag almost filled ottoman that I keep like under my desk, and I prop my feet up on it. It's pretty awesome. Anyway, thanks Mickey if you're watching. So I have these, and they're where I was talking about where it mentions the him being treated like Hannibal Lecter. So but I'm just going to say right now, I don't know whether Richard Allen is guilty of this or not. I have doubts for lots of reasons. And I feel like there's a lot of cover up and a lot of people in big positions who know one another, if you know what I mean. And so these like correction officers who worked in these facilities, right, that were accused of like wearing Odinite patches and having Odinite tattoos and this, that, and the other, were like that those were just allegations, right? But they were proven to be factual. And a scary thing is that I need a little bit of hand cream. My hands are dry as a gourd. I think it's the weather. Hold on a second. That hey Kel, good to see you, baby. Good to see you, baby. Oops, lost the lid to my. This hand cream smells really good. It's jasmine. Yeah, it smells really yummy. I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Oh, there was a lot of like talk about the judge even like being like Facebook friends with some of these people, which is scary, right? I mean, you fully expect judges in small towns to be friends with the local political people. I get that. But I don't know. I don't know. It all sounds a little bit cuckoo to me. And also the fact that he is in a prison versus a jail, that don't make sense either. He's not been convicted, not even to trial. He's innocent until proven guilty, right? I understand them being held and whatever, but like that, did any of you that follow this case hear or look at that big massive 136 page document that had all of these like bombshell drops about the murders and his treatment in the facilities? Did any of you see any of that? Tammy said just bits and pieces. Oh my gosh. It was awful. Awful. Awful, awful, awful. Morgana said I've seen some. So, like he would not, his lawyers, his previous lawyers would come to visit, not visit, but come to like see him to, for meetings and stuff to prepare for his trial, right? And the correction officers that were like in charge of him would have to like Richard Allen would have to sit in a specific way with his face facing the correction officers. The correctional officers allegedly has been said that he was recorded. And so yeah, I mean, it was like, who's that group that you can report mistreatment? I don't know, Tammy. I don't know. JB's mama said, not this latest, but previous docs I have heard. So JB's mama, it's pretty much like, okay, his previous lawyer said A, B, and C happened, right? Well, they were like, oh, that's crazy pants. That's not true. It can't be true. Now, his new lawyers are saying the same ABC is true. And it's all happening again in a different prison. So, but, I don't know. I don't know. And this, at this rate, it's like, is this guy ever going to get to trial? And they're worried. Like, his lawyers are like, with the treatment he's getting, is he like going to be alive when it's time to go to trial? You know what I mean? Definitely crazy pants. So let's go ahead and pull the document up, because definitely worth looking at. Now, the first thing I want to show you guys is the affidavit that was public, but then the judge said she wanted sealed. I don't know why she would want it sealed, because it has some of the same information that's in the motion that his lawyers filed, but I'm not sure. So let me do this. Open that up. Okay. But again, people in jail don't like child killers, right? I know. Nope. Not even a little bit. Okay, I'm just moving things around here so that I can easily find things as I need them. Okay, now if I share screen, window, this, share. Okay, now I'm going to make it bigger for you guys. So this is the affidavit. Circuit Court of Carroll County, which is in Indiana. And it's got the case number and all that jazz, right? But here it says, on November the 19th of 2023, oh, hold on. Let me go see something real quick. Hold on, guys. Oopsies. Why does it look like that? Hold on a minute, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm the worst. I suck at the screen sharing thing, but I'll get better, I promise. I promise I will. Okay, this, I wanted to go back through and find who this was shared by. It looks like it's an investigator named Suzanne Moeller. Okay, so that's who wrote this. So now let me go back to it again. All right. Now I think I have my ducks in a row. So on November the 19th of 2023, I accompanied, it's the Suzanne Moeller person, attorneys Robert Scremin and William Librado to the Westville Correctional Facility to meet with Richard Allen. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Okay, yeah. To the Westville Correctional Facility to meet with Richard Allen. Number 2, it says, after arrival at the facility, it took approximately an hour to clear security and reach Mr. Allen, which included riding in a shuttle van to an interior wing of the prison. Number 3 says, we met with Mr. Allen in a room. Now this is him, or this Suzanne person and his 2 lawyers, new lawyers. We met with Mr. Allen in a room lined with windows where prison guards could plainly observe the confidential consultation. Confidential is in quotes. The door to the room was left ajar and could not be closed, as the door's deadbolt was left protruding from the door, preventing it from closing. Prison guards remained posted just outside the door where they could look through the windows. Mr. Allen appeared apprehensive to speak freely with attorneys Scremin and Librado. So, that in itself, right? When you meet with your lawyers, when anybody meets with their lawyers, it should be confidential, correct? Especially someone who is like preparing for a trial like this. Anyway, and that's how it was in the other location as well. Like I was saying, whenever they would go in, when the lawyers would go in to meet with Richard Allen, Richard Allen would have to face, the correction officers would have to see his face. They wouldn't let him sit with his back to them. Not for any reason except they wanted to read his lips. They had a camera that they were videoing him so that they could see what he was saying, right? And same situation here, apparently. Okay, let me go back to this. So we will continue, guys. We will continue. Number 4 here, it says, Richard Allen was brought to the room wearing ankle shackles, handcuffs, and a wide leather belt fitted with metal O-rings. The ankle shackles and handcuffs were both secured to the waist belt by short chains, which restricted Mr. Allen's every move and gave him the appearance of Hannibal Lecter. Yeesh. His hands were cuffed together such that ... I have to go to page 2. So let me do that. This is what I got to figure out. How to do this easier schmeezier, right? Present. Okay. Now I forgot what the first page said, you guys. But it continues. The back of his hands were together with one palm facing down and one palm facing up. Can you imagine? Wait a minute. The back of his hands were together with one palm facing up and one palm facing down. Okay. Mr. Allen appeared visibly uncomfortable, with his arms twisted at the elbows such that the backs of his hands could be secured facing each other in the handcuffs. Mr. Allen remained shackled and chained in this fashion for the entire visit. Number 5. One of the prison guards who stood outside the door. Now, this is an investigator that wrote this, okay? That went with these lawyers. One of the prison guards who stood outside the door, later identified as Sergeant Randy Jones, displayed a face tattoo of Odin's spear under his right eye and numerous tattoos on his arms, hands, and fingers that resembled Nordic and or Odinist symbols. Number 6. I later located a Facebook profile for Randy Jones, including a photo of Sergeant Jones with the same face tattoo of Odin's spear wearing a necklace with a Thor's hammer charm, another symbol associated with Odinism. So that's one thing. The Odinism, they apparently, and this is just, I don't know, but apparently they worship Thor. Okay. The one with the hammer, yes, that Thor. The hammer necklace worn by Sergeant Jones was inscribed with the letters BRSRCR, which is an acronym for Berserker. A berserker is a type of Nordic battle axe and a term used to describe warriors fighting for Odin. Other photos displayed 3 interlocking triangles, another symbol associated with Odinism. Okay. Let me come over here and check on you guys. Make sure we're all good in the hood here. Yeah, Tammy, that's why they have PC pods even in county jails. Morgana said totally against his rights, I would think. JB's mama said violation of constitutional rights of attorney and client confidentiality. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Number 7 says research has revealed that Odinism has been linked to white supremacy in the prison system. Symbols and rituals associated with Odinism also appear to be present in crime scene photos taken in the present case. So, that was one thing I was saying earlier about how these Odinist things were mentioned in that 136-page document that was dropped a few months ago about not only the correctional officers in the prisons, but also to do with the crime scene. Because what they're saying is that Libby and Abby were murdered in a ritualistic way. So I don't know. And apparently that was one of the reasons why his previous lawyers were dismissed, withdrawn, whatever you want to call it, had to do with leaked photo or leaked photos of the crime scene. Yeah, so I don't know. Number 8 says Mr. Allen stated that he was once shot with a taser through a closed and locked prison cell door. How does that happen? Does a taser work through a closed and locked Wait, closed and locked prison cell door. Well, no, those prison doors are actually, it's not like aren't they metal? Like big, massive metal doors? It's not like he's in the ball with iron bars where you can put your hand in. You know what I mean? I don't know. Does anybody know? Does anybody know? Because I don't think with him being in like county jails aren't. You know what I mean? I don't think that they're not bars. They're going to be big metal doors. So how is one tased through a metal door? Do tasers work that way? Are they that strong? Probably a slot. Maybe a slot to be able to handcuff the prisoner. Yeah. They're not really like that anymore, Tammy. You know, they're not really like that anymore. Most places aren't, anyway. Number 9 says Mr. Allen stated that when it was time for him to take a shower or have recreation time, the guards would ask him if he wanted a shower or recreation, but they would slowly shake their heads from side to side, indicating that his response should be no, because it was an inconvenience for the guards to assist with these basic amenities. Hey. Okay, let's go to the next page. Chunk. Hold on, guys. I'm working on it here. Oh, and I gotta let my doggie in the door. She's over here scratching at the door. If it's not one thing, it's 10 more, right? Okay, hold on a second. I'll let you guys get a head start on this on this document while I let the dog in because she's scratching at the door. Hold on a minute. Okay, I'm back. So let me go back to where I was reading from. All right, number 10 says on December 22nd, I accompanied attorneys Scrimmin and Librato to Wabash Valley Correctional Facility, where Mr. Allen had recently been moved. The round-trip drive and visit took over 10 hours to complete. Once at the facility, it again took approximately an hour just to get to Mr. Allen. Number 12 says the prison staff indicated they did not have any type of visitation rooms for the attorneys to use because they were not equipped for such matters, but had fashioned a visitation room in some sort of prep kitchen within the prison housing unit. We were informed by prison staff that there were cameras recording the visit. I can understand cameras, but what I can't understand is just not having that confidential space to meet with your lawyers, you know. We were taken to Mr. Allen, who was secured in a prison cell located within this kitchen area. The cell appeared to be designed as a place to feed a prisoner. The cell had a solid iron door with a small hinged iron flap approximately 8 inches high that opened just far enough to slide a food tray through. See, that's the kind of door I'm envisioning that they supposedly use that taser through. I don't know, unless it was something like, I don't know. This iron flap was left open, and it was through this small opening that we were allowed to see Mr. Allen and speak with him. This iron flap was left open, and it was through this small opening that we were allowed to see and speak with Mr. Allen. A folding table was set up approximately 6 feet from the cell door with 3 chairs on the far side of the table. We were instructed to sit in the chairs and not to come within 6 feet of the cell door. What in the world? A folding table, I'm going to reread that. A folding table was set up. Now, they're on the other side of this door from him. So they're telling them not to stay 6 feet away from Mr. Allen. They're telling them to stay 6 feet away from the door. Mr. Allen is on the other side of the door. A folding table was set up approximately 6 feet from the cell door with 3 chairs on the far side of the table. We were instructed to sit in those chairs and not to come within 6 feet of the cell door. This setup made it impossible to show Mr. Allen any videos or discuss any documents. Mr. Allen confirmed he had recently spoken with attorney Kara Wienicki, I don't even know how to say that, by telephone concerning the upcoming Supreme Court hearing. Mr. Allen appeared confused about his legal representation and was hesitant to share information about his case with attorneys Scrimmin and Librado, suggesting that he was waiting for the results of the January 18th, 2024 oral argument. I've also recently spoken with Mr. Allen's wife, who similarly was hesitant to provide any information until after the hearing. Wow. Let me go back up here and check on you guys. Kel says he's dropping dime on everybody. No wonder he needs to move. Ugh. He's not even convicted of anything yet, just charged, right? So they have to talk really loudly for him to hear them and vice versa. Exactly. He don't trust anybody. I mean, why would you at this point? You know? Golly. All right. All right, and this is number 4, page number 4. Let me open this up for you guys. Hold on a minute. Thank you guys for being so patient with me while I fiddle fart around with trying to share these pages. Okay. So page number 4. This is the last of this affidavit, okay? And then we're going to move to the motion. So number 16 says, ooh, hold on, I need to make this bigger because I can't read that. It's too little. Mr. Allen stated that since arriving at Wabash Valley Correctional Facility, he had been kept in solitary confinement, had not had any recreational time, and had not been allowed outside, and that he had no window. Although he had been there nearly 2 weeks, he believed he had taken one, perhaps two showers. He appeared disoriented to date or time. Prison officials confirmed that Mr. Allen had not been taken outside for recreational time, claiming it was a safety issue for Suicide Watch. So when it says that he appeared disoriented to date or time, him being disoriented is not a new thing. Like months ago, months ago, he was like, they were really concerned. He had lost a ton of weight. They would like come and talk to him, and he would like just stare past them. It was like he was not, something was going on with him. Okay, and then number 17 says Mr. Allen expressed concern. Oh, and what I was getting at was him being disoriented. It said earlier that he wanted to know what the results was from the January whatever, right? They hadn't even had that yet. That's not happened yet. So, yeah, the dude apparently has no sense of date and time, you know? Mr. Allen expressed concern that he was receiving medications and that he was unsure what he was being given or why, as he had not recently seen a physician. He also stated that whatever medication he receives, he does not always get the same type or number or size or color of pills. Wow. Respectfully submitted by investigator Suzanne Moeller. And this was from the law offices of one of his current lawyers. So, there's that. JB's mama says, I wouldn't want to discuss unless I know for sure who my attorney is. I wouldn't either. But, like, is he not getting any information? Like, wouldn't he have gotten a letter from the judge stating who his new counsel is, right? I don't, I don't, I don't know. Tammy says, plus the judge appointed those lawyers. Yeah, that's true. Which is funny, all because, she appointed these lawyers and now they're like, yeah, we're saying the same thing the other guys were saying. This dude's being mistreated. I don't know. So, I'm going to look at this motion. Some of the same stuff is mentioned in here, but there's also other stuff, right? Motion to transfer. Let me look through this page real quick. Okay, yeah. We'll start here on page 1. As soon as Tammy says they'll be dismissed next because they're saying same and she needs someone to agree with her. I'm hoping on Thursday that the Supreme Court will be like, Yeah, we're gonna appoint a new judge. I hope. Okay. So this is the motion to transfer. Filed January 12th of this year at 9:28 a.m. Carroll Circuit Court, Carroll County, Indiana. Circuit Court of Carroll County. Motion to transfer. This is from State of Indiana versus Richard Allen. Got the number there. All that jazz. Motion to transfer. Now comes the defendant, by and through his appointed counsel, Robert C. Scrimman and William Librato, and hereby submits this motion to transfer and state as follows. Argument. Richard Allen is, oh, it won't let me highlight it. Yeah, well. Richard Allen is currently being held in pretrial detention. Pretrial detention at the Wabash Valley Correctional Facility, which is a maximum security state prison. Okay? Pre-trial, maximum security state prison. After visiting with Mr. Allen at both the Westville Correctional Facility and the Wabash Valley Correctional Facility, it is counsel's belief that one, Mr. Allen is not being treated similar to other pre-trial detainees being held in county jails. And two, pre-trial incarceration at Wabash Valley Correctional Facility will seriously, if not fatally, impact counsel's ability to effectively represent Mr. Allen due to the distance of travel and visitation conditions. So, remember, we had just read a few minutes ago that they said just one day to meet with him was a 10-hour long ordeal. Apparently, it takes a while to get there from where they're located, like a couple hours to get to him, then an hour once they get there to get to see him, and then they're in the conditions that they were in where they're literally talking to him through a hole this big. How are you supposed to prepare for an adequate defense of someone that is on trial for murder? You know what I'm saying? So here it says on November the 3rd, 2022, the state of Indiana filed a motion on behalf of the sheriff of Carroll County asking the court to transfer Richard Allen to the custody of the Department of Corrections, claiming that due to this being a high-profile case, the Carroll County Sheriff could not adequately provide Mr. Allen with necessary security or other needs at the Carroll County Jail. Judge Diener, without holding an evidentiary, I'm assuming it's going to say hearing, but we'll go to the next page. Yeah, the word is hearing. Let me bump it up for you guys. Evidentiary hearing on the merits granted the state's motion and approved Richard Allen's transfer to the Department of Corrections. Hold on just a second, guys. I'll be right back. Hold on a minute. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry, husband's home from work. Was just checking in on him for a second. Okay. Um, I don't know where I ended. The evidence you're hearing on the merits, I'm just going to start back up here. Granted the state's motion and approved Richard Allen's transfer to the Department of Corrections, then recused himself from the case that same day. Mr. Allen had no opportunity to object to this transfer, and no one appeared to consider how this might negatively impact Mr. Allen's defense. It's like that one wants something to be kept secret to me, that judge. Oh, right, Sherry? Bubbles Crafty Corner? Right. Let's see. On April the 5th, 2023, Mr. Allen's former counsel filed an emergency motion to modify a safekeeping order, essentially a motion to transfer Mr. Allen to a county jail. I have reviewed counsel's motion, and although I lack personal knowledge to vouch for all of the allegations made as Mr. Allen's present counsel, I believe it to be a meritorious motion. Meritorious, I guess, means of merit. And based upon 25 years of practicing law, I agree that Mr. Allen is not being treated similar to other pretrial detainees in county jail, and that his pretrial incarceration at a distant state prison severely impacts counsel's ability to effectively communicate with Mr. Allen and effectively represent him. I would incorporate the legal arguments made by prior counsel and add that Mr. Allen's distance from present counsel and the conditions during visitation negatively impact counsel's ability to effectively represent Mr. Allen. On April 14th of 2023, this court denied prior counsel's motion, and Mr. Allen remains in the custody of the Department of Corrections. On April 28th, this court received a letter written by an inmate. This was crazy. The court received a letter written by an inmate at Westville Correctional Facility alleging that Mr. Allen was being abused and mistreated. And the same inmate sent multiple letters over time on Mr. Allen's behalf, telling them basically how he was being mistreated. On September 18th, 2023, prior counsel filed a motion for a Franks hearing in support of their previously filed motion to suppress. Prior counsel included, here we go, a 136-page memorandum with 126 confidential exhibits. The memorandum and exhibits, among other things, alleged prison guards at Westville Correctional Facility were allowed to ... Okay. I just don't understand why not transfer to a county jail that can accommodate state correctional facilities. That's the same. I know. That makes no sense to me. I have no idea. It makes zero sense. All right, I've got the next page ready to share for you guys here. So these correctional officers, right, were allowed to wear patches on their official uniforms supporting Odinism and that crime scene photos suggested a potential connection to Odinism, which is a Nordic religion and or cult that has been associated both in the prison system and in society in general with white supremacy. You guys. You guys. How is this? How is this okay? I don't get it. I dug so much into this case back when this, like, I heard about it, knew about it, and, all that kind of stuff. It's been a big deal for a few years, right? Well, then when this came out, this 136-page memorandum with all of these, like, far-fetched claims, I was like, no way. This is too insane. It's too insane to be true. But then it's true. And I'm like, I don't understand how these professional settings, especially what sort of professional place would you expect to go into? Any sort of like retail place or government buildings where the people that work there are wearing patches on their uniforms that say things like, "In Odin we trust," or anything similar. Is it just me? I don't get it. I don't get it. Tammy says he is innocent until proven guilty, but they are treating him like he's been found guilty and on death row. Yeah. Bubbles Crafty Corner says, I totally agree with you, Tammy. Tammy says, I believe he was fine up until he came out with that cult group. Then it went downhill. I don't know. I don't know that he has anything to do with this cult group. That's not even been proven that Richard Allen is involved in this group. Morgana says, no, it's not just you. This whole thing is crazy pants. Could you imagine, though, if you, okay, let's just play devil's advocate here and say that Richard Allen is not guilty of these charges. Like I said before, I don't know if he is or not, but let's just say he's not for just a minute. He's got a wife, right? I don't know if they've got kids. I think I knew at one. I don't know if he has kids, but just pretend for 2 seconds that it's your husband, right? And he's being railroaded. The fact that something like that can happen is crazy scary. I want more than anything, right, for justice to be served for Libby and Abby. That's the number one top priority, so that their families can I hate to say get closure, because do you ever really get closure when something like that happens to your children? But at, at the same time, get some closure, right? Um, but and if that means that Richard Allen is found guilty eventually, then okay. If he did it, he did it, and I want him to be served life in prison or whatever for it. Death penalty, if that's what they're, I don't know. But I just, the fact that all of this surrounds the whole case is like really, like, ugh, ugh. Morgana says, well, didn't they say that he was worried about them doing something to the wife? Yes. Yes. Can't imagine what the families are going through, right? I agree with you. That group seems like it deals with some certain sum that is buried deep below our feet and bodies. I'm not going to say his name. Oh, I gotcha. Yes, I just justice for Abby and Libby, but the correct person to be sentenced for said justice. Exactly. Exactly. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Um, let's scooch on. We'll continue on reading here. Facility. Oh, wait. Uh, After reviewing crime scene photos and visiting Mr. Allen at Westville Correctional Facility, present counsel believes these claims have merit and that pretrial incarceration within the state's prison system negatively impacts Mr. Allen's rights, in addition to counsel's ability to effectively represent him. On October 27th of 2023, this court appointed attorneys Robert C. Scrimmen and William Librado to represent Richard Allen. Attorneys Scrimmen and Librado both reside and maintain primary offices in Fort Wayne, Allen County, Indiana. Fort Wayne is approximately 106 miles from Westville Correctional Facility and a 2-hour drive. Fort Wayne is approximately 233 miles from Wabash Correctional Facility and approximately a 3.5-hour drive without stops. Counsel's most recent visit to Mr. Allen at Wabash Valley Correctional Facility was a 10-hour day. So, they're located in Fort Wayne, and he is 233 miles from them. 3.5 hours. 3.5-hour drive there, and a 3.5-hour drive back without stops. Wow. On November 19th, 2023, counsel visited with Mr. Allen at Westville Correctional Facility. The visit was an arduous process which included lengthy travel, complicated and protracted prison security procedures, and difficult visitation conditions. Throughout our legal consultation, Mr. Allen remained uncomfortably and unnecessarily shackled and chained in a manner resembling Hannibal Lecter. While guards watched through glass panels and the door ajar, Mr. Allen clearly appeared intimidated by the guards and was hesitant to speak freely with counsel. See Example 1, Affidavit, Investigator S. Moeller, which is what we read earlier. Number 9, although none of the prison guards were wearing patches. Okay, wait. Although none of the prison guards were wearing patches in support of Odinism, one of the guards did have a symbolic face tattoo of Odin's spear and multiple hand and finger tattoos, apparently, because I remember reading that. So now we're going to page 4. Make it bigger, and then I'll share it with you guys. Okay. Yep. Tattoos emblematic of Odinism and or Norse mythology. This same prison guard had a public Facebook account that also displayed the same tattoos in addition to a necklace with Thor's hammer inscribed with the letters BRSRCR, an acronym for Berserker, which is a very specific type of Norse battle axe that we talked about earlier, and the name given to warriors fighting in honor of Odin. Other photos displayed 3 interlocking triangles, another symbol associated with Odinism. Ay, ay, ay. Number 10 says Mr. Allen stated that Westville guards were intimidating and reluctant to provide him with shower and recreational access because it caused them extra work, and as a result, he often simply remained in his cell and went without recreation time or a shower just to keep the peace. On 12/22/23, counsel visited Mr. Allen at Wabash Valley Correctional Facility, where Mr. Allen had recently been moved without consulting counsel. The round-trip drive and visit took over 10 hours to complete. Access to the prison once again took nearly an hour. Several gates had to be manually cranked open as there was a power outage in a portion of the prison and doors could not be opened. Prison staff indicated they did not have any type of visitation rooms for counsel to use because they were not equipped for such matters, but had fashioned that prep kitchen within the prison. They were informed the visitation would be monitored by video camera. And then number 13 talks about he was locked in the prison cell located within the kitchen. The cell appeared to be designed as a place to feed the prisoner. Cell had a solid iron door with a small hinged flap, 8 inches high. Okay. Now I'm going to go to page 5. Okay, let me share this one. This page here is pretty telling, so to speak. Here it talks about the opening. The table was set up approximately 6 feet from the door with 3 chairs. They were instructed to sit in the chairs, not to approach Mr. Allen or come within 6 feet of the cell door. Arrangement made it impossible to show Mr. Allen videos or documents or discuss the case with him without raising our voices and almost shouting. Here it says, in 25 years of practicing law in 5 states, including representing numerous defendants charged with murder, I have never had to conduct an in-custody legal consultation in this fashion. The prison's visitation arrangement created an environment wherein effectively representing Mr. Allen was a fiction. Wow. Number 15 says Mr. Allen stated that in the 2 weeks that he had been at Wabash, that was where he talked about no recreation time, 1 or 2 showers, blah, blah, blah. And then here it says, in conclusion, in 25 years of practicing law, I've never had to conduct an in-custody legal visit in the manner I have with Mr. Allen. I routinely conduct legal visits within the jails in Allen, Adams, Huntington, Randolph, and Wells counties, including consultations with numerous clients charged with murder. There's never a guard present during the consultation, and there is never audio or video equipment recording the visit. My clients are never shackled, handcuffed, or chained during visits. These are clearly state prison policies, not county jail policies, right? I'm often able to simply sit at a table with my client and have a conversation, but at the very least, I'm able to sit directly across from my client and speak. ... Okay, this is the last page coming up. Last page, we're in the home stretch. We're in the home stretch now. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, here we go. Here we go. At least able to visit through a large plexiglass partition where we can view videos and documents. County jails routinely, dare I say daily, have lawyers visiting pretrial detainees and as such, county jails have rooms specifically designed for attorney visits. County jails also have a streamlined access protocol for defense attorneys that often takes no more than a minute or two as opposed to an hour. And laptops, phones, and tablets are routinely allowed during attorney visits with no special requests. County jail visits with clients can even be set up the same day. Clients in county jails are extremely accessible, and multiple visits can be quickly and efficiently made when legal issues arise. Based upon counsel's observation and experience, Mr. Allen is not being treated similar to other pretrial detainees being held in county jails. However, even if this court were to find that Mr. Allen's pretrial treatment within the state prison system does not in itself justify moving into a county jail, evidence is absolutely overwhelming that pretrial detainment at Wabash Valley Correctional Facility will seriously, if not fatally, impact counsel's ability to effectively represent Mr. Allen due to the sheer distance of travel and unworkable visitation conditions. Counsel for Mr. Allen respectfully requests that he be transferred to either the Allen County Jail or the Adams County Jail. Respectfully submitted by Robert C. Scrimman, attorney for defendant. So, that was that. Thoughts? What are your thoughts? Tammy said, I heard either him or he knew someone that was involved with one of the girls' relationship they didn't like. Their son. No, it wasn't him. It was a local Odinist. A local person in that community where they're from, who is not Richard Allen. It's some other guy that I think has been looked at or looked into by police. And it was his son that was in a relationship with one of the girls. Yeah. Don't no one come and visit people. Right? Right? I just don't know what to think. I don't know what to think. I mean, I don't want to feel sorry for someone that potentially murdered two young girls. But this dude isn't charged yet, right? And you want to talk about ineffective counsel? I mean, we've said that word a bajillion times the last few weeks, right? Ineffective counsel. Like, this is ineffective counsel, and it's not even his lawyer's fault. You know, it's. Hold on a minute. School calling. I'm back. It was the school just saying that they're on a 2 hour delay tomorrow because of the weather. So, um, yeah, 2 hour delay tomorrow because of the weather. So, um, ours is too. School being out, says JB's mama. Yeah, sucky, sucky weather. Morgana says, don't want to feel sorry if he's guilty, but we do still have a right in this country to be innocent until proven guilty. Right. I mean, he has the right to defense, you know? I just don't know. And the whole Odinism thing, just like, what in the world? I just don't even know how to, like, how do you wrap your head around? Like, it sounds too kooky to be true, right? I mean, it sounds like a movie. I don't know. Tammy's schools are out today, too. Tammy said appeal before they even get to court. Right. Uh, One positive thing is the first set of lawyers don't look like they were lying or exaggerating about his living situations. Right, exactly. And that's like one thing. Another thing I'm thinking is okay, is it possible that, I mean, maybe this is just like a conspiratorial part of me thinking the judge assigned these new lawyers or appointed them or whatever you want to call it is like, did she know that they're that far away from where he's at or going to be? And you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. JB's mama says, crazy pants. How in the world are they expected to meet with their client and be separated by roughly 8 feet, including a metal door? I know. And to talk through a hole that big, big enough to slide a food tray through. Right to a fair trial that includes right to have proper representation. Right. So they dropped that claim. What claim? What do you mean, Tammy? I I don't know. I don't know. But the just the whole like people talk about the bridge guy. The bridge guy is the guy that was like caught on camera from one of the girls' cell phones um, on that Monan High Bridge that they were walking on that day, and there were other suspects that they were talking about. One of them, which was the daughter that, or the son who was seeing one of the girls. Um, and the visual that they got of him on that bridge was not the clearest. They had they had audio too because he'd said something like down the hill, girls down the hill or something like that, and um, so there's all kinds of like people, like, did he, is it really him? Is he, I think he's innocent. I think he's guilty. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, so they dropped that claim, cult claim, Odinism. Right. Yeah, I know. Mm, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know when they'll have the actual trial based on. I mean, everything's going to hinge on what happens on Thursday. So I'm anxious. I need to see what time it starts on Thursday. I need to see what time it starts because I plan to stream that live. I really want to do that. So, um, does anybody in here, um, has anybody in here really hardcore followed this through the years? Because I think it would be cool to have like a panel of some of you guys that's followed this case come on and chit chat about it. You have, Tammy? JB's mama, you followed it a lot. I know Amelia did too, and I don't know if I think Morgana said she had, but I don't know. What do you guys think about having like a chit chat about it? Like on a live stream, do a live stream together, and you guys come up with me, and we'll have our cameras turned off if that's what everybody wants to do. We can have our cameras off and everybody be like this right here so nobody can see us. It'll just be that way, you guys would feel comfortable. Tammy said not where I know all the details. Yeah. Well, I think it would be cool to talk about with you guys the the different theories that you have based on what's happened in the past concerning the Odinist things and that kind of thing. I think it would be interesting, I think, to just kind of this is one of those cases. It's kind of the same way with like Lori Vallow Daybell and Chad Daybell, where we would talk about it and where people, It's an easy one to talk about. JB's mama said I would be okay with that. I'll have to check on schedule. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it might be something that we could do, um, like instead of like daytime, we could do at nighttime, depending on, you know, what works for different people. I'm like down to the very last drop in my coffee cup. JB's mama said, "Oh, I follow Valo Daybell, still do with Chad's." Was you in my last stream that I had earlier before this one went? Because I was in here earlier sharing the motion to withdraw from Chad's lawyer. He literally, I think 2 days ago, yeah, 2 days ago, Chad's lawyer filed a motion to withdraw as his lawyer. Yep. Said one, Chad's out of money, and two, Chad is requesting death penalty um, lawyers. Yeah, I seen his lawyer wanted to withdraw. Yeah. Oopsie. mm, crazy, right? All right, you guys, hold on, I got a hair. I'm shedding today bad. Um JB's mama, you want to reach out to me and Tammy on on Instagram and yeah, I can check with you guys' schedules. See what's going to look good. I need to check with Steph too. Uh, yeah, do that. And I'll check with Steph too and see what she's got going on. So, and Kel. Um, I don't know if that this one has been a case that either one of them have followed the last few years or not, but uh, I think it would be pretty good. Is there anything else that you guys are into right? Not into, but I mean like dove into true crime wise here recently that you want to discuss? Any certain particular cases that you're like super hardcore into that you want to like actually talk about, like come up and talk about with other people? I'm needing something else to drink. My coffee is gone and I think I need some water. I feel thirsty, thirsty, thirsty. The Delphi case has been a hot topic case for a long time, and so has the Valo Daybell. That's been a big one. And then Idaho 4 has been a big one. And we haven't touched base on anything Idaho 4 over here on the new crime channel, my new channel here. We haven't talked about that at all, really. We've mostly just been doing a lot of trial coverage, which I love to do. And today, being Monday and Martin Luther King Day, there was no trials today, so way too much. I know, right? Same. Me too, me too. All right. Well, you guys, I'm going to get out of here. Husband is home. And I'm going to go see what he's doing, figure out what we might be having for dinner, and stuff like that. So, but it was good to catch up with you guys today. And I hope that you have a great Monday. My Monday actually started out crazy pants. Talk about crazy pants. I've never, my husband is going to love this because he's the one that does this and I never do this. I actually started the coffee pot without the cup under the K cup part. I started the coffee and didn't have the cup under there to catch it. So left to go use the bathroom and came back to the kitchen and coffee was just going down the counter. I was like, no. He does that all the time, and I never do that, but I did it today. And I was so mad at myself. Well, good, Tammy. At least I don't feel like I'm the only one that's ever done it, right? All right. Well, you guys, oh, absolutely, Morgana. I'll see you the next time. Okay, JB's mama, I'll check it out. But please give the video a thumbs up. I appreciate you guys being here with me. You've done it too, Sherry. It's the worst. I always get on him. I'm like, how do you do that? How do you start the coffee pot and then don't put the pot underneath? And now I know. Oh well. Tomorrow, yeah, I'll be back on tomorrow for sure because the treehouse thing, murder trial starts back tomorrow. So, yeah. All right. But hubby does it. I haven't yet, says Billy. It's the worst. All right, Mary Lou. If anything happens to pop up, or if a handful of us decide to hop on and chat about any like true crimey and just have like an actual like group discussion, then it would be like a pop-up maybe later tonight. If not, then definitely see you guys back tomorrow for the trial for the the treehouse murder trial. But I do want to start getting together with some of you guys that want to hop up and join me and just have discussions about some of these cases. I like to get other people's perspectives and theories and ideas and stuff like that. So, Henny, hey, you would be another good one, Henny, to come up with us. Okay? All right, you guys, thumbs up the video, like it, love it. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.